This is Chuck Carnevale. I'm the Chuck in the Markets Up Chuck, and today's blog was titled Earnings, 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 and what we're starting to see here is, of course, we're in the middle of earnings season. We're starting to see a lot of companies that are actually raising guidance or at least meeting, if not exceeding, the current consensus estimates. When we come out of the recession, things are beginning to improve. So I picked a handful of companies here that have, in various sectors of the economy that have raised guidance or, shown better than expected earnings results, and we're getting some nice stock rebounds also. The first is Pactiv, which is a leading packaged goods company. They do egg cartons, and they're best known probably for their hefty bags. I want you to notice their earnings growth a little bit erratic, but they've grown earnings at around 12.4%. They did have a little drop off in the recession, a modest decline of about minus 5.4%, but as you can see, their 2009 earnings are expected to increase over 25%, and they just raised guidance, and of course the stock price got very low and now has responded very nicely and is beginning to increase, and this company just raised their guidance. This is Linear Technology. It works it puts together data networks. It's a tech stock. It did have an earnings fall off during the recession, and the stock price fell. Linear Technologies has just raised their guidance. So here's one in the tech sector, one in the consumer non-durable sector. Then of course we have Starbucks, which everybody knows who they are, the coffee shop. You can see their earnings fell off and kind of flattened a little bit. They're now raising guidance and starting to see improvements in their business. Their stock has also gotten very underpriced. So there's a lot of really good companies who have gone through the one thing I want to make a point here. I want to talk about the recession and the doom and gloom into the world, but even a company like Starbucks, Starbucks really was very, very profitable right through the recession. They did have a drop in earnings, but they weren't going out of business or losing money, and their stock price got significantly lower as Pactiv did also, as I showed, than earnings justified. I think Linear Technologies pretty much followed suit, but these companies were over penalized, for what were really pretty good earnings. Here's Gilead Sciences, a biopharmaceutical company. They're raising their earnings guidance, but their earnings have been great right through the recession. Their stock price is trading at one of the lowest valuations it's ever traded at, and again, this company's raising their guidance, so things are looking a lot better. And then, Stryker just reported earnings yesterday. Their stock has been, we believe, severely over penalized, relative to its long history and the demographic makeup. This company just reconfirmed their earnings estimates, which, the current earnings about $2.95. That's a range that they reaffirmed for the year. We think once the recession's over, demographics are going to play a major role again. So what you have is a lot of companies that we're starting to see, over and over again. As I pointed out in the Good News Economist, of the 72 public companies that were followed by Briefing.com on Tuesday, only 9 missed their earnings estimate, and the remainder, actually showed increase. And then the day before, there were 3 out of 30. So we're starting to see, we've heard about Intel, and Apple reported pretty good numbers yesterday. We're starting to see a lot of companies coming out, and things are better than everybody's fears had led them to believe. So, we still believe this is a great time to be positioning yourself as a long-term investor in really, really good companies that have very low valuations today and good, solid earnings prospects, especially as the recession recovers, but also companies that have gone through the recession very well. This is Chuck Carnevale saying thanks for listening. Look forward to talking to you again tomorrow.